Oh, I feel naked. I'm going to try to make this thing more presentable to the audience. Feel like I should put on some clothes. Or a hat at least. Just a minute. Let me write that. There, so I don't feel so naked. This hat is so old. I gotta get a new one. You can get these hats on eBay. Face is supposed to be in the middle. You can get these hats on eBay. See how the colors look all dingy? Okay. Okay, I'm just putting this video out there because there's some information that I think is being obfuscated, and I'm putting this out there to the light is shining. That's weird, but I'm putting this information out there so that we can get to the next level, because I just found something that's interesting. I went on Google and I tried translating from Spanish, because I figured Spanish was closer to the uh, older languages, closer to Latin or stuff like that. And I tried translating to Yiddish, which I don't know what Yiddish is, and I tried translating to Hebrew, and that's the one that I'm trying to find. And I was trying to listen to how it sounds. I was able to translate it to Arabic because I've talked to some people who are from the Arabic area of the world, and I think they said somebody told me that the Messiah spoke Yiddish, and I don't know what Yiddish is, but I heard that the Messiah spoke two languages, Arabic, and I know that people pronounce it Aramaic, or something like that. To me, I call it Arabic. Okay, Arabic and Hebrew. So if you go online and you try to listen to how do you pronounce the Quran in Hebrew or Arabic, you won't find it. Now, how could that be? Right? Another thing, people talk about God's people. Okay? Who were God's people? They weren't from the United States. They weren't from Canada. They weren't from Alaska. They weren't from Arkansas or California or New York. Closer to Africa, I think. Actually, connected to. And Africa is Asia. Okay, now Europe. Could it be Europe? I think it goes Europe, and then it goes down, and it turns into Asia. I'm not sure. They didn't teach us in school. But anyway, how could that be that they do not translate language to Hebrew or Arabic, which is supposed to be the most important thing on earth, and they don't translate it? So that's why I'm making this video. because I want to know what they called the Quran. Now, and what they called the Bible. I don't think they called it the Bible at all, right? I mean, I'm talking about the land where all this was supposed to have taken place, right? And you'll have scholars come out and say, oh, well, this and that, and this and that is okay. The Quran says that the evil one has changed the words in the Holy Scriptures. That's what the Quran says. You think that's possible? Being edited by these kings that were in England? Do you think that's possible? So, anyway, my question was, how do you say Quran in Hebrew? And Hebrew is Jewish, right? The Jewish speak Hebrew, right? The Jewish don't believe in the Quran. The Jewish don't believe in the Bible. The Jewish read the Torah, right? So, how come they are hiding the word for Quran in Hebrew? And I'm yelling because I was just around my sister and she was yelling in my ear 100%. And so just what do you call that? A bad habit or bad manners? I don't know. But anyways, I thought that was important. I thought that is important because how are we supposed to do any research if we can't even get to first base? Did the Hebrew, is there a word for the Quran in the Hebrew language? Is there a word for the Quran in Arabic? Okay. Next thing. If you read the Bible, which comes through England and all the kings, they edited it, right? It's not from, it's the Holy Land where all this was supposed to take in place is what? Egypt, the Sudan, Palestine, Israel, and Persia, Iran, right? So what languages do they speak there? Right? Well, obviously Israel, that's going to be where the Jewish language comes from, right? But they say that he spoke Arabic and Hebrew. And who's this saying that he spoke Yiddish? And what is Yiddish? Okay. And, okay. His people. Who are his people? Everybody says that his people are the Jewish. Right? If his people are the Jewish people, then who are the Sikhs? Who are the Sikhs? Why doesn't anybody mention the Sikhs? The Sikhs are very noble people. Speaking of noble, when they did that one trial on the whatchamacallit, on Chauvin, the prosecutor, the saying we're against police. We're not police. Police is a very noble profession, right? It's a noble profession when you don't even need a college degree. It's a noble profession. Well, then what is truck driving? What does that make us? Chop liver? Huh? He come out and he said that, but there was no feedback on it. That's you know, narrative of the media. Where did he come out with this? You know? But anyway, policing, in my opinion, is a noble profession if they're educated. You got to be educated on philosophy, like the Greeks. They said, education. Be educated on philosophy, the humanities, sociology. This guy to come out and say that it's a noble profession, you're crazy. Why do you think it's such a mess? It's wrong. You don't give somebody a badge and a gun and the ability to be judge, jury, and executioner with zero education. Before you give somebody a gun, before you give somebody a gun, make sure that person is educated, at least 2 years or 4 years in college. This is just totally nuts, crazy. Is it any wonder that the DOJ is run by Skull and Bones? Is it Skull and Bones or Bohemian Grove? I don't know which one it is, but anyway. So I just wanted to put this out there about the Yiddish and the Arabic and the Hebrew, because I'm trying to find out how to say Quran in Hebrew. And because I've studied a lot of the different cultures, the Sikhs, the Sikhs seem like we should be paying attention to what their religious beliefs are, and nobody says nothing about it. So what does that tell you? Lucifer is involved. So the first thing we need to do is find out how to say the Quran, because it's spelled Korn, it's spelled Curan, it's spelled Quran. First thing we need to do is find out how to say the Quran in Hebrew, the Quran in Arabic, and the Quran in Yiddish. So I don't know where they're getting this stuff from. And find out what the relationship is with the Sikhs to the Holy Scriptures, the Quran. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like I say again, the Quran says that the Holy Scriptures were changed. That's what it says. You listen to the Quran. I've got it on my Facebook page. It says you go up there and you write stuff and you change stuff. Right? I know that the Bible is older than the Quran, but the Quran is from the Holy Land, where all this was supposed to have taken place. It just makes more sense to me. And just reading the different scriptures, it just makes more sense. I'm not saying that I'm a holy roller and I'm holy and stuff like this. I'm just saying that it makes more sense. So, go online and check it out. There is a translation and it comes out in Hebrew. and it comes out in Arabic, right? But they won't say it. I mean, on the English or the Spanish, whatever you enter in there to translate to, it'll say, it has a little speaker button there where you can play it, and you can hear them pronounce it. You can hear them pronounce it. But when it's translated over to Hebrew or Arabic, it's not. You don't have that. You don't have that. What do you call it? Option, not option, but it doesn't have the thing where you can hear it. Why? Why? Because the internet is controlled by Lucifer, and the Sikhs apparently don't pay much attention, or they know that the internet is run by Lucifer. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. I'll keep this up there for a little while, and that's it.